ask Linda questions, or decide where we go from here. What would people like to do? What we can do? My understanding is that the best thing we can do at the moment is encourage people to attend open budget meetings, which will be held later on this year. We can encourage people to attend open budget meetings for the city, which will occur later on this year, and I don't have dates for those. Does anybody have those? Will they be published? They'll be published. We need to check on them. We need to check our news press to make sure that we can go and make our views heard to the people who are going to be making decisions. We have one city councilor here tonight. We could have an opportunity, some of us, to go and speak when there are more of them. You can get more of them at once. Yes?
The meetings are announced on the city website.
Thank you.
But of course, if you don't have internet access, it's going to be hard to find the city website.
Meetings are announced on the city website, in case anybody didn't hear that.
They're
And I
also
think that's-
on the city cable channel as well.
They're also on the city cable channel. I think that's three, isn't it? Okay, thank you. Yes?
I would like to know, because, you know, until really quite recently, all of the park fees for places like Yellowstone went into the United States Treasury and were not used, did not go directly back to the park to maintain it. When somebody rents rooms here, where does that money go?
It goes back to the city.
Okay, so it goes into the general fund.
Yes.
Okay.
I do want to mention one thing. A recent survey that came out a week ago, the Commission of Various Libraries, a national survey pointed out that libraries are still the best bang for the buck, because for every dollar of taxes that goes to support libraries, the return is $4. It's a 4-to-1 return because of the services that go back out to the community. So I think that's an important point to know.
I mentioned what I heard part of the presentation yesterday about disaster. That was very
Right.
interesting.
Well, the library has a charter that requires that it be a separate entity from some of the other departments of the city. It can't be consolidated like a lot of the city departments have been. And but we are considered an essential service, like police, fire, EMTs, because FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, which is the arm of the federal government that comes in when there's disasters, tornadoes, hurricanes, and so on, has recently, in January, declared libraries to be essential services, which means that they are so important in the times of emergencies that FEMA will allow libraries to apply for federal funds to relocate or do whatever they need to do to remain open, because they are often the only place where citizens can go to get, find out about shelters, get money back for housing, apply for funds and apply for aid for the government. So they need to remain open. So they are considered essential.
I think the young lady over there wants something, has something to say.
I would like to speak.
Okay, come on up here. Get up on stage.
I am Scotland Souders. I am in the 4th grade and I am homeschooled. But I am on an 8th grade reading level, and the library offers so many books and a place to read them. And if we got the cut, the summer reading program is in this building. If it was lost, where would the summer reading program be? And I think the library should get an increase, not
I don't understand why the money for the rent of this building goes to the city council when they're trying to cut our funds. It seems like one thing the city council could do would be to transfer that money back here so that they could use the building to pay the rent and to pay the professionals that need to be here when we're using it. If Ollie spent that much money renting the building. These other organizations must be spending large amounts, and it's all going to the city council's fund. There's something wrong there.
You know, I think people who feel that way need to go and make their views known to the city council and to city government. So,
Let me ask another budgetary question. Sure. Things like utilities and stuff, are those paid by the library out of an allocation that's made to them by the, is that completely separate from anything you take in?
I'm not sure I understood your question, but I will answer it this way. Our utilities, we do not pay our utilities. So we don't pay our electricity, and we don't pay our water, and we don't pay our sewer. The only thing that I do pay is our natural gas. So to be the devil's advocate, we're giving meeting room rentals back to the city, but the city is providing the electricity and the water and the bathroom, you know, to access the bathroom. So,
How about the natural gas?
oh, and I'm sorry.
Natural gas, she said.
I do have to pay our natural gas bill because that's not a city service. You know, the city of Stillwater has a Stillwater Utilities Authority. And so none of the city buildings, it'd be like paying yourself. So so we do not have to pay the city if I think I answered your question.
That's right.
yes.
So what is the evolution of this mothballing board painting? Because it seems like that's one part of the library that has a revenue stream. Why was this isolated? Why were we thinking that the north between these meeting rooms would be even an option?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question.
The question was, why would the north wing, the north part, all the meeting rooms, why would that be considered as being shut down or not being able to be used?
Oh, part of my staff reductions includes the 3 people who run our meeting room rental service. So I would not have staff available to be talking to Ruth Ann and scheduling her use of the meeting rooms over here for Ollie. I mean, there's 3 people who work maybe 40 to 50 hours a week to take care of our meeting room rental service. If I don't have them employed, I don't know how I could offer Ollie the service that they expect to receive if I don't have a staff member available to schedule those meetings, be here when they meet, provide, you know, make sure the PA system's working. So that's where that's coming from, is because I have to eliminate that staff.
Can you estimate how much revenue the meeting rooms provide in a year's time?
Last fiscal year, we took in about $21,000. That was just one fiscal year. What Ruth Ann mentioned was over the course of time, I think, when you mentioned how much you pay.
Almost $10,000
a year. So obviously they are our biggest rental. So did that answer your question? Okay.
Yes. Oh, there's hands. Way in the back in the green one.
Where can we volunteer?
Question is, where can we volunteer
For
at
the
the
library?
library?
We have a volunteer application and a volunteer policy, and you could obtain that from any member of our staff inside the main library and complete that application, and then we would try to place you in you know, a way that you could help supplement the library by doing, you know, various chores. But we hope it's something that you're interested in doing. But thank you.
Yes.
Sort of segues to my question was, of your 850,000 personnel, how much of that is professional personnel? How much of that is non-professional personnel who could possibly be assisted or replaced by volunteers?
None of our staff can be replaced by volunteers.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, well, I'll let Lynn direct that.
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to follow up on that question. I understand that a lot of your staff have earned their public librarian certificates, which isn't a master's degree, but it's earned by taking a number of
I don't know that I have the exact numbers, but I do know that, like, for instance, all 4 of our circulation clerks who are full-time, they all received their certification from the Oklahoma Department of Libraries. It's a program that allows staff who don't have the time or the money to actually go to school and get a master's in library science. It gives them an opportunity to take classes and still earn what's called a certification, so they're educated on how libraries do business, and they take 6 or 7 classes in various topics. And so, and then a lot of our professional staff still does the certification as well. And so I have maybe 4, 5, 6 librarians who also